Unit 3 is going to deal a lot with banking. So once you earn the money, what are you going to do with it? Okay, probably a responsible thing to do with it would be to deposit into a checking or savings account. So a deposit is a sum of money that you put into your bank account. And there's two different ways that you can do this. One would be going to the bank and using what's called a deposit slip, where you log all the money that you're putting into the bank and you give it to a bank teller, and they will then deposit it into your checking or savings account. The second way you can do this is by driving up to an ATM that's in front of a bank, or they have ATMs everywhere, and you use your debit card to then put your money into the ATM machine, and you're going to use your PIN and deposit it that way. Okay. I know personally there's a third way, and you can actually deposit checks now on your phone. Okay, so what you would do is take a picture of the front and back of the check, and you can actually deposit it from your phone at home. Okay, but today we're going to talk about these deposit slips in case this is a way that you want to deposit money. So say you're going to the bank and you have some cash, you have some checks, and you need to find the total amount of money that you are depositing. The way that we would do that is to take all the currency, so that's like 1s, 10s, 5s, 20s, all the change, the coins that you have, and the checks that you have, and add them all together. Now, if you don't want to deposit all of the money, you can actually keep some of it as less cash. So if you deposit $100, but you want to keep 40 of that, you just say less cash and you subtract the $40, okay? So this is my equation for finding the total deposit. Add all the money together, subtract the amount you want to keep in your pocket, and that's your total deposit. Okay, these two things are what are called deposit slips. So if you go into a bank building to deposit money into the bank, these are the forms that you will have to fill out. Now, they look a little bit different depending on which bank you go to. Like this one up here is for US Bank. This one just says your financial institution. But these are the kinds of things that you're going to fill out if you're depositing money inside a bank. And we'll go through one of those in a little bit. All right, so let's start with an example. It says Tammy is making a deposit. She has 3 checks in the amount of $25.37, $154.68, and $324.59. She's also depositing cash, and it says she has 5 $20 bills, 5 $10 bills, 15 $5 bills, and 7 $1 bills. What is her total deposit? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to split this up into checks and cash. Okay, so let's start with the checks. She has checks for $25.37 plus $154.68 plus $324.59. All right, so let's start by just adding up just the check. Okay, and I got that to be $504.64. Next, let's add up all the cash she has. So it says she has 5 $20 bills. So I'm going to take 5 times 20. All right, and add 5 $10 bills. So 5 times 10. Plus 15 $5 bills. Plus, and then 17 $1 bills. So let's see, 5 times 20 is 100, plus 5 times 10 is 50, plus 15 times 5 is 75, and then 17 times 1 is 17. So add all that together. 100 plus 50 plus 75 plus 17. Tammy has $242 in cash. Okay, so to find my total deposit, I'm going to take all the checks and I'm going to take all the cash and I'm going to add them together. 501.64 plus 242 to get a total deposit of, I'll write total over here, $746.64, not 2. All right, so that is my final answer. Now it says, what would Tammy's total deposit be if she wanted to receive $60 in cash back? Okay, so her total deposit is $746.64, but she's going to keep some of that money. She's going to keep $60 of it in her pocket. So I'm just going to subtract that $60 from my total. So therefore, she is now only depositing $686.64. Okay, now we're going to take all that information and put it on what's called a deposit slip. So first thing we need is the date. So today is October 4th. $2021. Okay. Now here it says we're writing the cash that we are depositing. So our cash total was $242.00. All right, and then we have 3 blanks here. And I'm just going to write what it is. So we have a check for $25.37. I have another check for $154.68. And then I have my last check, which is for $324.59. So our subtotal is what we found up here, $746.64. Now notice here it says less cash received. Well, we were told that Tammy wanted to keep $60. So my total deposit is going to be that number that we found, $686.64. All right. Now there's one more thing we have to do before we can deposit. Notice right here it says sign here if cash is received. Okay, so since we are keeping some cash, go ahead and put your signature right here in this spot. And then you bring this slip along with all of your money up to the teller. And your deposit will be done. Okay, look at another one. It says Bill has some loose change that he wants to deposit into the bank. He has 21 quarters, 50 dimes, 48 nickels, and 31 pennies. Along with his loose change, he has a $50 check and $37 that he's going to deposit. If he asks for $30 cash, what is the total deposit? All right, Bill, let's figure this out. So I'm going to split this up just like I did before. Checks and cash. Well, if I remember correctly, he only had one check and it was for $50. So that's all the checks I'm going to deposit. But for cash, I know that I have $37 plus, now let's go through all this change. Let's see, he has 21 quarters, so I'm going to take 21 and multiply it by 0.25. Plus 50 dimes, so 50 times 0.10, plus 48 nickels, so that's 48 times 5 cents, 0.05, plus 31 pennies, which is 1 cent. All right, so then I have $37 plus 21 times 0.25 is $5.25. 50 times 10 cents is 5, plus 48 times 5 cents is $2.40, plus 31 times a penny is 31 cents. So we have 37 plus $5.25 plus $5 plus $2.40 plus 31 cents is $49.96. So I'm going to take my total checks and my total cash to find my total deposit. So $49.96 plus 50 is $99.96. Actually, we won't call that the total deposit. We'll just call it the deposit because we still have to figure out that less cash. All right, so they say that Bill is going to keep $30 cash back. So my now total deposit for real is going to be the $99.69 minus $30 that I'm going to keep. So my total deposit is $69.69. And I just realized I flip-flopped my numbers here. This should be 99.96. So then this is 69.96. There we go. Flip-flopped my numbers. Okay, so that's how you would find the total deposit. All right, so it says George makes a deposit at an ATM. He has a rebate check for $42.47 and a paycheck for $167.82. He would like to receive $30 cash back. What is his total deposit? Okay, I would like you to give this one a try on your own. All right, so you should have got $180.29. So there was no cash on this one. We just deposited 2 checks. So therefore, we just had to add the 2 checks together and then subtract the $30 less cash. Okay. All right, we're going to look at another deposit slip. It says Amy goes to the bank and wants to make a deposit. She has $4.56 in change, along with 4 $20 bills, 6 $10 bills, 5 $5 bills, and 12 $1 bills. Amy has 2 checks in the amounts of $34.56 and $74.89. What does her bank deposit slip look like? Okay, so first thing I need to do is figure out how much cash she has. So we know she has $4.56 in change, plus she has 4 $20 bills, plus she has 6 $10 bills, plus she has 3 $5 bills, plus she has 12 $1 bills. So that's going to be $456 plus 80 plus 60 plus 15 plus 12. So if I add all of those up in my calculator, I'm going to get $171.56. Actually, I should use a black pen because that would probably be what you would have to use on a real deposit slip. All right, and then she has two checks, one for $34.56 and the other for $74.89. So if I add those three numbers together, my subtotal would be $281.01. Okay, now it doesn't say that Amy wants any less cash, so I'm going to just put some zeros there. So she is depositing her full $281.01. Okay, now the rest of the deposit slip, this one looks a little bit different from our other one, but that's okay. Any bank you go to, it's going to look a little bit different. We're going to put the date on here. We're going to write our name. And then this one is asking for your account number. All right, so obviously that's a personal piece of information that you should have when you're making a deposit to make sure that they are depositing your money into the correct account.